I'm back. It's me, DeVelva DeWitt. You remember we made quesadillas together last week. Well, today we're going to make my apple cinnamon muffins. They're not only delicious, but easy to transport. You can find our recipe on Instagram and also Facebook if you want to follow along. Now at home, you're probably thinking, transport? Where are you going, DeVelva? Well, I'll tell you after we get started. Because you know DeVelva, yakety, yakety, yakety. At least that's what my mama used to say. Now, I already got my oven going, so all we need to do is mix our ingredients together. Here are my dry ingredients. I got flour, sugar, baking powder, cinnamon, and salt. Now, looky here. This is my Rudolph spatula, which I normally only use at Christmas. But I brought him out today since his red nose matches my red apron. That's special, right? I know you can't see him because he's all dust and flour, but there he is. Okay, now here are my wet ingredients. I got 1 egg with an extra yolk because that makes the muffin moist. Got my melted butter, got a little milk right here, and I got my chopped apple. But in case you're wondering, here's what it used to look like. So let's mix everything together in a separate bowl. Right now, that's what I'm going to do. So anyway, last night Howard Louise called, said she finally put all the pieces of the puzzle together. You know, puzzle about COVID, because she doesn't think it's real, thinks it's the deep state controlling us, whoever that is. Anyway, she kept repeating 6 feet to the right, 6 feet to the left, 6 feet behind. That's social distancing, she said, but it's also 666, the sign of the devil. She was so proud of herself for figuring out, you know, before anyone else did. Then I said, what about 6 feet in front? That would be 6666, and that means nothing. She didn't like that, so she said, oh, got something in the oven. Well, you know what? She didn't have anything in the oven. Now let's get our topping ready. I already chopped up my pecans and mixed them with brown sugar, flour, and cinnamon. Then I drizzled in a little butter, and then it became crumbly like this. This is what you want. Now you can put about a tablespoon of your topping on each one of your muffins, okay? So I'm going to finish this up real quick, and then you can go help DeVelva pack for her trip. Now you're saying, whoa, horsey. And that just means we need a break. My exercise tip today is to go up into your attic or down into your basement and look for your mama's jiggle machine, like this one, just like I did. So let's say you need to think on something really big. Well, you can do it on the machine. You know, accomplish 2 things at once. Now at home, I know you're saying, DeVelva, is that a margarita? Of course not. You know I'm a good Southern Baptist. This is just some water with some fun garnishes, which leads me to my entertaining tip. Every time you drink a glass of water, pretend it's a fancy drink and fill it full of fun things. With all these garnishes, you get to show people how sophisticated you are. And it's tasty too, yeah. Ooh, those are good. You know, I like drinking my vegetable water. And now, since you're thinking a lot, you're probably getting hungry. So that's why this is ready to go. So if I'm just hungry, I just grab the green bean and I eat it, right? I got my tomatoes and everything else, right? So it just makes sense. You got a beverage and you got a snack. So now when you're finished with your garnishes, let's say your exercise is all done, what you do is you use it for accessories. Like I like putting the kale right over here behind my ear. I think that looks good. And you just put the lavender in your shirt like this, and it smells real pretty. And you know, you don't let anything ever go to waste. I didn't tell you before, but that escort service, Seeking.com, said I wasn't a good fit. Do you think they were referencing my age? Of course not. Remember, those are a bunch of good-hearted men. Anyway, Dwayne and I have been thinking it over, and it just makes sense to take our chances in a new country. You know, a land of opportunity, because things here in West Texas have sure dried up. Oh, look, DeVelva made a pun. Didn't even try. Well, I think it was a pun anyway. Well, tomorrow we're headed to the border. It's going to be a long trip, so I have to be extra careful what I pack in my one little suitcase. Now, the most important thing is my wetsuit for crossing the Rio Grande. And then here are my water shoes, in case there are rocks or scary things growing in the river. And here's my sun hat. And look how pretty I look in it, right? This is nice for Develva. I got my hair dryer right here, and I bring an extension cord in case it's hard to find electricity in the desert. I'm using my noggin right. Now over here I got my favorite Barry Manilow cassette, and I got some Jiffy cornbread for emergencies. Now this is my disco shirt in case we got time to go dancing and have a little fun. And you know what, you're probably thinking, Develva, what you gonna make on the road being a cooking teacher and all? Well, I was thinking about some cheese fondue. Sounds good, right? Okay, let's go check our muffins. Now that our muffins are all done and they've cooled off, we're going to make our glaze. So here's my powdered sugar, you see it right here, and I'm just going to put in a little milk and vanilla, and then we're just going to stir it all up, okay? Just make it real yummy, and then we get this all ready to go. We're going to drizzle it on our muffins, okay? So we're just going to take some, and we're going to drizzle it on top like this, huh? Just make a cute little design, that's what we're doing. Now, I can't sample one of these right now because I've got to save them for tomorrow. For the road, we're not stopping at any restaurants. Jesus said you can't do that when you're a Lego. Okay, let me tell you. For fun, before I go, I'm going to call Howard Louise and tell him my very own conspiracy theory, just so she's got something to keep her busy while I'm gone. Abaddon, the conspiracy of the Swedish government to bring socialism to America. Here, let me show you. In 1979, ABBA first set foot on American soil dressed in these communist Chinese outfits. They tempted us with lyrics about queens, which spells out privilege and wealth, even though we know that socialists have to wait in line for bread, not to mention bagels. Now, we can see this just ain't right. They're trying to make boys into girls by putting them in these outfits. And all that funny talk and that funny language, I know they speak Spanish in the basement. Hugo Chavez taught them. And looky here, they're pretending to be happy. But I've seen the pictures from Caracas, and their song, Take a Chance on Me? It's just so obvious now. How could we have not seen it before? Lord, after hearing this, Howard Louise will go out and buy every album ABBA ever made. She's going to listen to their music all day, all night, looking for signs of the devil. Now at home, you just don't worry at all. I'll be doing my show from the road. But in the meantime, let me leave you with one of my wisdoms. It's never too late to reinvent yourself. You see that right there, okay? It's never too late. That's what Develva's doing, okay, with her show and with her travels. She just keeps redoing it and again and again and again and again and again. And Lord, I'm tired, but I keep doing it. Okay, so we're practicing going over the wall because we're leaving bright and early tomorrow morning. And we got to get to the border, and there's a wall. And I never climbed a wall before. So, I'm going to be doing it. And I'm going to go over first, and you're going to be looking around with the Border Patrol. That's what you're going to be doing. I'm going to go first, but
I think it's a little too tall for you. You know what you feel about heights.
Well, you know what? I don't really like this. It's really far down there. Maybe we should go underneath the wall. It might be easier.
Just like those cartels when they make those tunnels.
I think that's what we should do.
I think that's a good idea. I think we can get out of there this week sometime.
See you later.
We're gonna cross the river, trying to leave our life behind. Looking for something better for ourselves. Climbing walls, crossing deserts, searching for a golden key to unlock the world of untold wealth for you and me. Won't you give me a little help, my brown brother? Guide me with your steady hand. If we help each other. You know we're bound to make a better land, and we're going across the river, going across the river, trying to leave our life behind, looking for a better world for ourselves.